we are in the throes of summer. Everything is growing in our gardens fabulously. The cucumbers, the English cucumbers, oh my gosh, this is the time to make pickles. So I went out to my garden and guess what? I don't have one cucumber. I planted 6 different plants. I planted different varieties, not one cucumber. So I went to the store. Now what I want to use, you can use any cucumber, but I'm going to use the English cucumber. And when we get to this, you can slice it however you want. You can make spears out of it. I'm going to make just bread and butter pickles, so I'm just going to cut them this way. The beautiful thing about this recipe is you can make it today, refrigerator pickles, ready tomorrow. You can eat them tomorrow. So let's get going. First thing we need is to do 3 cups of white vinegar. There you go, 3 cups of white vinegar. Then we need 4 tablespoons of sugar. 2, 3, 4. Then 2 tablespoons of salt. We need 2 teaspoons of peppercorns. It's better if you get to the right side here, Roseanne. Watch, they're just going to come out all at one time. 1, 2. 2 teaspoons of whole peppercorn, and you want 6 cloves of garlic that have been peeled, okay? That's it. Now we're gonna go to the stove, we're gonna bring this up to a boil, a full boil, let everything in there dissolve, and then I'm gonna let it cool down. So I will be back in just a few minutes when this has come to a boil. I don't think you need to watch it come to a boil, all right? So all it's gonna do is come to a boil. All right, I will be back in a little bit. Okay, so we're using the English cucumber because it is, the skin is very edible. It's very, very light skin, very, very few seeds. You can use any cucumber, but the larger cucumbers have more seeds, and it's not going to be quite as good because the cucumber or the pickle has a tendency to get mushy. This is going to stay very nice. Now, when you are doing pickles, you want to cut the end off. I understand there's an enzyme in there that again will make your pickles very soggy. It tells you which side to cut off, but I can't never remember, so I always cut off both sides. Now, I'm going to do these just in little wedges like this, because I think these are really nice to, you know, serve beside a sandwich or something, but I've also done them in spears. However you want to do them, whatever is good for your family, that's perfect. That's the way you want to do it. Then I have got the syrup over there getting ready. And the only other thing that we are going to add is the dill. So I'm going to get these chopped up. I'm going to let that, not syrup, I'm going to let that brine kind of cool down a little bit. And then I'm going to assemble it. So give me a couple of minutes, I'll be right back. So, we're making, excuse me, dill pickles, so we have to have some dill. You have to use fresh dill, all right? Don't try to do this with dry dill. It is not going to work as well for you. So in each jar, when I'm about halfway full, I'm putting in about 2 or 3 sprigs of this dill. Doesn't require a lot. These are kind of small jars. Okay, just like that. Then we'll continue to fill them up. And I always think I'm so lucky when I get the right amount of jars for the amount that I'm going to be doing here. I always think that's quite lucky. All right. What I love about this is there's no weight. Okay, there we go. What we're going to do now is we're just going to wait for the brine to cool down, and we're going to fill them, pop them in the refrigerator. Tomorrow, they're pickles. Okay, I shall be back in a little bit. All right, so this has cooled down enough, and we're going to go ahead and add the little syrup to it. Be careful and cautious that you're able to catch a garlic, 2 garlics actually, with each one. And you want to be sure to catch some of those peppercorns in there too. So we're going to go ahead and continue making sure we get a good amount of fair share here, that every jar gets its good amount of peppercorn and its good amount of garlic. This is really a nice recipe, you guys. And you just want to fill it to the brim. Get all those peppercorns in there. So as these have filled, I am now just going to do them just fingertip tight, just like that. And if you will notice on my last jar over here, it says Mexican meat, because that's what I used that jar for last time. And that Mexican meat recipe, I actually have a video on that. You're going to want to take a look at that. That thing is amazing. And then I can it. So what I'm going to do now is just take another sticker, put it over that, and it's going to read refrigerator pickles. So here we are, all done with our pickles, and they look fantastic. Dill, garlic, peppercorns, vinegar, salt, sugar, complete. Ingredients are going to be on the bottom, so just go ahead and hit the little down arrow. You'll be able to see the ingredients and the quantities that I'm using here. And if you can, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching the process, and subscribe. I would love to have you come back and join us again. So thank you so much for coming. We're going to enjoy the pickles, and I hope you will as well. Bye-bye.